I'm getting a deeper understanding of how the stratospheric aerosol injections work, the chemtrails, the so-called clouds that you see in the sky, the entire sky that's painted in these chemicals. And I realized there's a certain chemical reaction that happens when all of it is sprayed. And it has an effect on all of our glands, our pineal gland. It's directly impacting us, people who are just walking on ground level because this stuff trickles down. We breathe it in, it enters into our bodies, our vessels, and it has an effect. During the so-called winter time, parts of the fall, and right now it's the spring, there are no trees, or very, very, very little trees when you look around that they retain their leaves. And this is nothing new. Be aware of the tactics and the attacks that are occurring, because this has an impact. This has a definite impact, and if you're not prepared, it can be extremely suffering, and it can cause that suffering. Growing up, I had no clue that this was actually going on. I didn't really pay attention to it. It's created more frustration as of the past few years for me. You got to be aware of how the stuff works, how certain technologies are used, and the effect that it can have on you if you're not ready, if you're not prepared. I view it as an attack. It has an effect. Like, if you notice how I look when the sky is painted in these chemicals versus how I look when it's a clear sunny day, it's not even close. This has a detrimental effect on me and many others because it stagnates the ability to harness the sunlight, certain gases that flow through the atmosphere. The stuff, it restricts it, it stagnates it, and it's still really cold out. So this is basically like winter weather. We're in the spring. We're getting to the heart of spring. It's just bizarre to me. Yeah, and I noticed the effect right there, that pineal gland. You got to be super vigilant of the attacks that take place. Not only in the sky, this stuff goes in the water. All these fast food restaurants that you see. I work at a place where there's like 12 or 13, 14 fast food restaurants just on one street. You drive down a street for a certain period of time, not too far away from each other. All these fast food restaurants, 12 to 14 of them. And this is the source of food that goes into people's vessels because, people support it and they eat it constantly. Be vigilant. We don't have a system that counteracts this because most people don't want to stop whatever they're ingesting. So these corporations, these businesses, the fast food restaurants continue to be in operation. But really, we never really had a system that counteracts it. There were once structures that existed, but you got to understand these structures, the pyramids and everything, we linked into it, meaning they healed our pineal glands, and not just for 1 second, not just for one moment, but we were linked into these structures all the time. There was never a time it was everlasting, and that was the type of technology we linked into. So it increased the overall frequencies of how we operated. When I say we, I'm not talking about everyone, because as you can just look around, not everybody seeks that frequency. But I'm talking about those who actually care and who do seek to heal their bodies from whatever these attacks are. And I noticed that my biggest struggles come when I'm inside of a building for a long period of time. There's just so many different attacks, different methods, And even if it is a sunny day, you got to understand how this system operates. Um, these attacks come in different forms. The air quality inside of a lot of these buildings, it causes a lot of damage to the brain, the pineal gland, the eyelids, everything inside of you. This stuff just gets stuck inside, and we are many times defenseless. We don't have the proper protection to be able to heal from whatever it is that's entering our bloodstream, our vessels, our glands, microplastics, barium, strontium, whatever they're spraying, aluminum, all this stuff gets inside you, and people don't understand the impact that it has. Never mind all the toilet paper with all the forever chemicals and people are constantly using. I hear it. I see it. I mean, I see the actual toilet paper. I see what's going on. I see all the chemicals. I can smell the fragrances of whatever people are using. I mean, a lot of these chemicals, it has an impact on you. When you're looking at these screens too much, it's the same type of nanotechnology that enters that pineal gland, and it just calcifies that pineal gland, so you're stagnant. You're not increasing your mind's capacity to operate higher, be more intelligent. It's damaging your glands, and this has been going on for more than a few years. This has been going on maybe 100 years, I don't know, but it's been going on for a long time. If you smoke, try to stop, because when you breathe in that smoke, it gets stuck in the lungs, in the throat, and the stuff gets stagnated there. If you realize what it's doing to you, you won't want to do it. If you have addictions, if you're looking at all these women online fantasizing, you should stop too, because there's different addictions that come in different forms. You got junk food, you have drugs, you have alcohol, all the sodas, just watching TV for too long, looking at these screens for too long, without challenging your mind in a different direction. This is crucial. This is critical. This is essential, and I'm telling you, you got to make the effort to put yourself in a better situation, or else the system's just going to destroy you. You're going to allow it to destroy you. And over time, it'll happen. It doesn't happen overnight, but you'll notice the impact that it has. Start to get weaker mentally and physically, and you'll feel drained. These women will drain you if you allow them to, because men tend to just give all their energy to this system that includes the feminine, and you're giving it all away. And it's something to really think about, because it's a huge problem. You want to redeem yourself, you got to put yourself in a different direction. You got to make that change.